Monday morning rush on the uptown line. Bodies press and sway. The train car rumbles and whines. Tired of staring at the phone, I looked up. I saw lipstick on the lid of a coffee cup. The cheekbone scar, the lotus tattoo were clues to solve the mystery of you. At Columbus Circle, you turned to get off. I couldn't help wondering if it could have been us. Could have been us. Later that year, in the neighborhood store, I saw you checking out, just one register over. I noticed the tomatoes, the nectarines, your skin, and that guy that you were with, who was more than just a friend. The way you looked into his eyes was like morphine for pain. The brush of your fingers like a warm summer rain. The two of you fit like a hand in a glove. I couldn't help wondering if it could have been us. It could have been us. Grown-ups aren't supposed to be lost in childish reverie, but maybe daydreams teach us what we really need. We got a little snow. I took Jack out for a walk. I saw you standing on a front stoop, arms wrapped around the box. You lugged it down the stairs to the back of a van. Well, it was clear to me that Brooklyn was no longer in your plan. A voice came from the front seat. Okay, Jessica, let's drive. You smiled as you passed me on the passenger side. I mustered, have a good one. The engine started up. I couldn't help wondering if it could have been us. I can't help wondering if it could have been us. Could have been us. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Mucky Duck. How many of you guys have been here before? Okay, it's a great place. I love the Mucky Duck, and we're here to celebrate the release of my third solo record. I'm very excited about that. Thank you. I was born and raised in Houston. Still live here, make my home in Houston. Met my wife in Houston, raised our kids in Houston. And this is a song about growing up here. An interesting story, my parents actually met on Norfolk Street. We're on Norfolk Street right here. They met at Norfolk Street in Greenbrier. And they're watching tonight. Walking underneath the twisted trees in my old neighborhood, the memories come flooding back so clear, and most of them are good. I thought I left this place behind, I had the perfect plan, but I never got away from Meyerland. My parents moved us here 'cause there were better schools, and the street taught us the lessons that it needed to. I've made my way in this big world, I do the best I can, but I never got away from my land. Fist fights in the driveway, the taste of blood and sweat, epic front yard football games that I'll never forget. You stood up to those bullies, you stuck up for your friends. That's just what you did in Meyerland. My father taught me the details matter much more than I thought they should. Mama said, just do your best, this world needs people who are good. I guess I haven't changed as much as I thought that I had. I never got away from Meyerland. Oh. I remember how her beauty left me helpless in its power. We'd both sneak out on summer nights and sit and talk for hours. I thought we'd be together, but she had bigger plans, and we never ran away from Meyerland. So I went to school and got a job, I'd find love again, the spark and the connection that I thought I lost back then. Well, we all travel different highways, the journey never ends, but we never get away from Meyerland. No, we never get away from Meyerland. Thank y'all so much. I'd like to call Brian Kalanick to the stage. Brian Kalanick and Pam Kalanick run Berkelin Records, and this new record is going to be on Berkelin Records. It's the second record on Berkelin Records. I'm proud to be on that label. It's a Houston label. Woohoo! And Brian and Pam are huge supporters of the music community. Brian's like a mentor to me and so many people. I guess that's because he has a lot of gray hair.
I had.
Yeah. But I'm right behind you, buddy. Anyway, this is the title track from the last record, which was released in 2019. This is called Desert Line, and it's a story of people that grew up in places like Houston, people like myself, but Many have left the city and gone to live out on the desert line, and this is about those people. Sick and tired in Houston, run down from the stress. Valerie and Brian decided to move west. They bought a beat-up Airstream trailer, a real fixer-upper. They pull into Terlingua just in time for supper. Now they're free and fine on that desert line, but they'll be hard to find, 'cause nothing's bigger than Texas. Hour off the highway, 20 miles from town. Like the yucca plant, they set their roots in the unforgiving ground. No neighbors to contend with, and no mosquitoes too. When it rains, I swear it smells just like God's perfume. Now they're free and fine on that desert line, but they'll be hard to find, 'cause nothing's bigger than Texas. You'd see them at the general store, they greet you with a smile. Their overflowing shopping cart would last them for a while. Yeah. Well, the years passed by, word got out to family and friends. One by one, more Airstream headed toward Big Bend to get back to the land where the cost of living's low, where it's peaceful and it's easy, and the sunsets don't get old. Now they're free and fine on that desert line. They'll be hard to find, 'cause nothing's bigger than Texas. Nothing's bigger than Texas. Thank you. That's Brian Kalanick on guitar, Chip Dolan on keyboards. Brian, I want you to stay on stage with us, would you? All right. This is a song from the last record. It's been really good to me. It's song about that time in the day when the sun is setting, and you're in central Texas on a ranch, and the moon's rising at the same time, and you're standing between the sun and the moon. A perfect afternoon in May, my best friend's wedding day, outside a clapboard chapel built in 1898. I saw you standing all alone on the limestone gravel road. In your bridesmaid dress, you were playing with your hair. The full moon on the rise, the sun sinking in the sky. We were standing between the sun and the moon. You, me, the sun and the moon. Rings and vows exchanged, the band began to play. You sat at a table, pulled the label off a bottle of beer. You finally caught my glance, I decided to take a chance. You took my hand and we danced to the maiden's prayer. The sun sinking in the sky. We were dancing between the sun and the moon. You, me, the sun and the moon. Now sing it with us, the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. The sun and the across the floor, step by step, dusk to dawn, breath to breath. I wished we could stay right there. Confetti on the floor, I walked you to your car. You kissed me on the cheek beneath the stars. All this time gone by, I think of you sometimes, and I wonder to myself where you are. When the full moon's on the rise, the sun sinking in the sky, are you standing between the sun and the moon? We were standing between the sun and the moon. You, me, the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thanks, buddy. I'm not used to these high heels. Oh. All right. Well, that was fun. Y'all like my band, y'all? I play most of my shows just me and the guitar, so this is a real treat. So we're going to start playing some songs from the new record. From here on out, it's the new record, So let me introduce the band. To my left, and your right, on vocals, Angie Goki. Angie's a fabulous musician, a wonderful vocalist, and also a great songwriter in her own right. She's from right here in Houston, and well, originally from Austin, but she came to Houston as fast as she could. I'm biased, though. We're glad to have her, and check out her stuff. It's in all the usual places. She's recording a new record. Well, she's recorded a new record that'll be coming out in maybe April, and it's going to be fantastic. To my right, and your left, Mr. Chip Dolan on keys. And behind me, the funniest guy in the band. That's why we put him in the back corner, John Shipman. Both of these guys are from Austin, and they played on the record. Chip's been on the last 2 records, and it was a real treat to hang out with him in the studio this past March, and we got to meet John, and he kept everything light for sure. But it's an honor for me to be playing with these guys and to share them with you. Here's a song about friendship with someone who's struggling. You can't save people, but you can certainly be there for them. This is called Palm Reader. You stay inside when the weather's good, writing down rhymes in a leather-bound book, a leather-bound book that you keep on a shelf. I know I'm your friend, but I'm certainly not a teller of fortunes or a reader of palms, a reader of palms with prophecies to sell. Lay your hand on mine, I tell you what I see. Lines like worn out highways fading in the distance. If you need someone to talk to, I've nowhere else to be. Take all the time you need, all the time you need. You're gentle and kind, but your pain is confined like an ocean of tears in cerulean nights, cerulean nights. I wish I could release. Lay your hand on mine, I tell you what I see. Lines like worn out highways fading in the distance. If you need someone to talk to, I've nowhere else to be. Take all the time you need. Do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. Could it be anybody? I just want someone to love. Lay your hand on mine, I'll tell you what I see. Lines like worn out highways fading in the distance. If you need someone to talk to, I've nowhere else to be. me. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you guys so much.
Your guitar didn't cooperate.
Yeah, something was going on there.
The tuning thing, it was weird.
It was my fault.
It was your
No,
fault.
it was not.
Chip's fault. When in doubt, blame Chip.
All right. So in this next song, I'd say we live in interesting times. Would you agree? So in this song, a grandfather is talking to his grandson, and kind of expresses a hope for the grandson's generation to come to the rescue, because his generation hasn't really been able to get things right. This is called A New World. I'm sorry I can't visit on your birthday. Your grandma doesn't let me drive like my old Chevy truck, the one you love so much. I'm just faded paint and dust stuck in the garage. So I called to say I'm proud of you. That will never change. I know the road ahead looks dark, how we tear ourselves apart, but I believe with all my heart you will find a way. If there's a new world, you'll create it. If there's a new world, your hands will shape it. If there's a new world, your heart will be a bridge for us to cross to the paradise we thought was lost. We fought for civil rights and peace on earth. Broken bones in Selma, carnations facing guns, but the brotherhood we sought, 30 silver pieces bought. We leave you less than what we got. Now we're out of time. I recognize the love I see in you, serving lunch in food lines, a couch for friends in need. How you stand up for yourself, for your dignity and health, the way you would for someone else. You fill me up with pride. If there's a new world, you'll create it. If there's a new world, your hands will shape it. If there's a new world, your heart will be a bridge for us to cross to the paradise we thought was lost. I'm sorry I can't visit on your birthday. Thank you so much. So, just a little acknowledgement of the team that helped me record and produce this record. A gentleman named Walt Wilkins, who's been to the Mucky Duck many times. He's a fantastic singer-songwriter and a great producer. He and his co-producing buddy Ron Flint helped me put this amazing team of musicians together in Austin back in March when we recorded the record. So thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Jerry and Diane Tubb at Terra Nova did the mastering. They're super pros. They've done records for everyone you know and lots of people like me that you don't know. I hope you love the sound of this record as much as I do. This next song was inspired by a business lunch that I was at, and I was talking to a guy that had retired a couple years before, and he was talking about how it nearly killed him. And he said, money goes cold. And I like that a lot and wrote this song, which is completely fictional. It's not about my friend, but it goes like this. Park Road loop. It's like a red brick wedding cake with lawns that flow like regal robes down to the boathouse by the lake. All right, here goes. Bundled up in his wicker chair, Johnny contemplates the scene he cashed out 2 long years ago on a flawed and empty dream. Now the phone stops buzzing, heart beats slow, days drag long, money goes cold. That used walnut desk, a framed picture of the kids. There was no one that would stop him from the aim to make it big. Now he's rusting through the floorboards, the contract ink long dry. He's off of the adrenaline, and the moths are eating him alive. Phone stops buzzing, get low, days drag long, money goes cold. With his eyes closed, he sees glimpses of the friends he had to cut, and the tears his red-faced Mary cried the day that she drove off. Dick and Sarah still side with their mom. There are fences you can't mend, so it's Christmas in an empty house. Is this how the story ends? Phone stops buzzing, heartbeat slow, days drag long, money goes cold. Thank you, guys. You're very kind. All right. Well, this next song is the fruit of an amazing experience that I had back in 2019. I was driving. Well, I took an Uber from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, and met the Uber driver on the way, and I detected that he had an accent. And I was headed to Turks and Caicos the next day on a trip with Carmen, and then it was going to turn into a business trip. And he told me, I said, you sound like you're from Turks and Caicos. Are you from Turks and Caicos by chance? And he said, no, I'm not from Turks and Caicos, but my heart's from Turks and Caicos. And I said, your heart's from Turks and Caicos. And he explained the story of how he had had a heart transplant, and the donor was a young man from Turks and Caicos who had died in a motorcycle accident. And as it turns out, he started speaking after he recovered from his transplant fully. This gentleman, his name is Michael, was speaking to encourage other people to donate organs when they passed. And one day he's speaking, and at the end of his conversation, or his speech, he is waiting around, and a woman comes up to him and says, excuse me, but I think my son might have given his heart to you. And anyway, a long story short, they connected, and they've ended up becoming like family. And so I was going to Turks and Caicos the next day, and he connected me with the woman who was the mother of the transplant donor, and he encouraged me to write a song about it. And I met her, and her name's Elaine Claire, and amazing woman. I met Michael on the 19th of January. I met Elaine on the 23rd of January, and on the 25th of January was Sasha, the young man's birthday. And she told me when we met, she says, Sasha always comes to me around the time of his birthday. And at that time, he had died 13 years prior. So anyway, I had to tell you this backstory because it's just one of the things that can happen in life, that you're given a gift. And I didn't write the song for about 7 months because I felt like such a big responsibility that I was kind of given this story. So anyway, Michael and Elaine are tuning in tonight from Florida and from Turks and Caicos. And I think Sasha's tuning in too. So happy birthday, buddy. This is called Looking for a Heart. Michael's looking for a heart, one that's strong and well. This one keeps him dizzy, breathless in his chair. He used to be a freight train, charging smoke and steam. Lately he's just waiting, trying to believe in a story that might not come true. My mama's looking for a heart, one that left too soon. It was on the Leeward Highway one August afternoon, like vapors from the wreckage and the puddled gasoline, like prayers from the All Saints Church right across the street. I flew skyward, fading to blue. I hear you asking, where are you now? If love never ends, would you show us somehow? I'm here in the silence, hidden from view, in the space between heartbeats with you. Less than a heartbeat from you. See, my mom believes in miracles. Put my body on a plane. By the time we reached Memorial, the doctor said too late. But maybe we can save a part of him that someone needs. Mama shed some tears and finally agreed. Then she kissed me and let me go. Gathered with his family, only 19 miles away, Michael felt too weak to walk, but not too tired to pray. From his bed in Jackson Hospital, he saw the clouds were gone. The phone rang and the surgeon told them they had found a heart. Michael smiled as they wheeled him away. I hear you asking, where are you now? If love never ends, would you show us somehow? I'm here in the silence, hidden from view, in the space between heartbeats with you. Less than a heartbeat from you. Michael made a full recovery, found a new reason to live. He would tell others his story and inspire them to give. Mama happened to be there one day. Some say it was by chance. Put two and two together, approached Michael at the end with a shimmering pool in her eyes. I have something to tell you, she whispered soft and slow. I think you have my son's heart. I'd like to say hello. She put her head to Michael's chest and listened for a while. Sasha, this is Mommy, I can hear you now. I hear you asking, where are you now? If love never ends, would you show us somehow? I'm here in the silence, hidden from view, in the space between heartbeats with you. Less than a heartbeat from you. Oh. Thank you. All right, I wanted to give a special thank you to Carmen for her tremendous support over the years. I've been able to live my dream of being a touring musician, at least until the pandemic hit. But one of the silver linings is that I've gotten to spend a lot of time at home with Carmen. We've had a lot of fun. So this is a song, some of you might know that Carmen is in the coffee business, and this is a song that is highly autobiographical. It's called Coffee with You in the Morning. And there's a video of this song coming out next week. So look for it. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, this would be a good opportunity to subscribe, and then you'll know when it comes out. Got several videos coming out over the next few months. So, how you doing back there, John?
Oh, good. I just got my set list messed up.
Oh, okay.
I'm good, though.
You're
I
good
thought
now?
we were doing my namesake next on the set list.
Yeah, you jumped a few songs. Well, we'll go with you.
We'll go with you, baby.
We're following you.
We'll go with that, but then
I love it. I love it.
I'm in charge. That's the problem. All right, let's do this song. I didn't sleep well last night. Been a lot on my mind. Couldn't stop the movies in my head. The minutes turned to hours. The sun came up again. Alarm went off and I almost fell out of bed. Coffee with you in the morning. Here's the cobwebs in my brain. Coffee with you in the morning makes me feel like me again. The 1 minute world news, my bare feet on the tile, both send a shiver up my spine. I hear you in the kitchen, make my way downstairs. There's nothing like that smell, it's gonna be alright. Coffee with you in the morning clears the cobwebs in my brain. Coffee with you in the morning makes me feel like me again. You remind me it's our oldest daughter's birthday. All these faded pictures, she's doing fine in New York City. Coffee with you in the morning clears the cobwebs in my brain. Coffee with you in the morning makes me feel like me again. Coffee with you in the morning, yeah, you make me feel like me again.
Okay.
Thank y'all. So one of the things that I've been fortunate to work on has been raising awareness and funds for malaria, to help end malaria over the since 2016. And during our 2020 campaign, I ran into a song by oh my gosh, now my tuner's out. Okay, we're gonna have to do this by ear. So I ran into a song that was sung by some children from the Congo, and does anybody have a tuner that works, a guitar tuner? Anybody in the audience?
At home.
Yeah, at home. Brian, do you have one? Oh, you know what? I've got a backup.
Hey, check this action out.
I've got a backup. That's so cool. I've never used this one. Okay, that's not bad. So I listened to the song sung by these Congolese children, and I loved it, and it was in a style called sukos, which is a combination of Congolese folk music and Cuban son, which is a Cuban dance style that is very popular in Cuba, but also in Veracruz, where Carmen's from. And this fusion of music is called sukos. Anyway, the chorus sings happy birthday to all the children of the world. That's kind of what this song's about. It's called My Namesake. Oh, what a special day for this miracle. You, little child, have come to give us hope. Tiny fingers, tiny toes, Mama's eyes, Papa's nose. Like a seed you will grow, stretching up to the sky. There's a skip in my heart and a tear in my eye. And I know the responsibility is great, 'cause the world is redeemed by the gift of your face. Open all the window, let in the breeze. Let the music of joy spill into the street. The birds in the big tree are singing along. The flowers, they smile as they dance in the sun. Oh yeah. Fureya sikuya kuzaliwa. My namesake, my namesake. Fureya sikuya kuzaliwa. My namesake. Chip Dolan, everyone. Little one, you've arrived with such mighty lungs. One day you will speak up for the voiceless ones. But for now, I will tend to the flame, then I'll pass it along. And the world will resound with your birthday song. Fureya sikuya kuzaliwa. My namesake, my namesake. Fureya sikuya kuzaliwa. My namesake, my namesake, my namesake. Oh, what a special day for this miracle. What a special day.
That was cool. Hey, Jordi, I have
Nice Swahili there, Angie.
do you need that?
Probably. No, I've got one here. Okay. I got a backup here. This one needs to go. I wanted to recognize all the supporters that have been supporting my music ever since I released my first record in 2017 as a solo artist. All of you who are here today, all the people that have bought CDs and T-shirts and come to my house concerts all over the States and in Europe, and people that have subscribed to my music and listened to me on Spotify and YouTube, and it's been quite a journey. I especially want to recognize the supporters of the Indiegogo campaign. Many of you are out there. Thank you so much. The Indiegogo campaign raised $8,500, which has helped the music be promoted in Europe and in the U.S. on folk radio and magazines and press and so on. So thank you all very, very much. Yeah, thank you. This next song is inspired by our kids, Carmen and my kids, and also our parents. And again, being a parent these days seems to be more challenging than ever. So, how do you help kids and young adults to be grounded and secure in themselves, and when the ways of the world are often very troubling? So that's what this song is about. It's a party song. Sad songs make folk singers happy. It's called The Way of the World. I love the one. I love to watch the rain fall from my window. That feeling that I'm safe and warm inside. I love it when you kiss and hug your brother. Makes me feel there's something we did right. When you were young, we'd shield you from the TV, the cruelty and hatred on the news. Now you're chasing dreams in New York City. Don't lose that caring heart, no matter what you do. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. I love this old black and white picture. Your grandpa looking dapper in a houndstooth cap. I know he's proud to be your grandpa. I'm proud that he's my dad. He taught us all with fire and conviction. I'll always hear the passion in his voice. Son, it's just a fact that there is right and wrong. It's up to you to make the choice. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. You were 9 years old, we were stopped at a light. I let that homeless man walk by. You said, Dad, we shouldn't go back, but I drove into the night. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. It's not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. The way of the world is not the only way. We don't have to take the way of the world. Thank you so much. All right. This is a song about toxic relationships, and it's just an observation. It's not autobiographical.
Sure. Ready?
I am.
I never wanted anyone so bad, but you made it clear that we're just friends. Why do I keep coming back for more, when the best thing I could do is never see you again? Yes, I'm caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled in you. Not to leave, but I'm stuck in this blue, caught up and tangled in you. Saw you in a dream last night. You flew over the water in a shimmering white dress. Your green eyes looked in mine and asked if I would join you, along with the dolphins and the flying fish. Caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled in you. Losing sleep and stuck in this blue, caught up and tangled in you. Seems like all we do is fight. We cross the line and it feeds the pain. Phone calls in the morning, texting late at night. With me it isn't crazy to argue about the rain. Caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled in you. I should leave, but I'm stuck in this blue, caught up and tangled in you. I tried to leave, but I'm stuck in this blue, caught up and tangled in you. Thank you very much. My friend Jackson Emmer, who's an amazing songwriter from Colorado, and I got together to write a song on Zoom. And the way that we usually do that is we just have a conversation. And we started this conversation. They were expecting their first child. And he told me the story about how the night before he had sat with his guitar and he did like he did every night. And he sang a song to the baby that was coming. It was a little girl. And he told me some really beautiful phrases. He was like, you know, we're here. We love you. We look forward to meeting you. Take your time. We'll be here when you're ready. And I got kind of like choked up and goosebumps, and I was like, I think that might be our song. And that's what we ended up writing. This is called Take Your Time. Hello in there. This is your dad. Your mom and I are sitting on the couch. The mac and cheese was good tonight. I love you and I hope you're doing well. How about a song, one just for you? Something old, something new, one to send you off to sleep, one just for you. Take your time, take your time. Everything is waiting for you out here in the light. Take your time. Holding hands, riding bikes. So many things we know you'll like. An ocean breeze, skipping stones, a happy dog when you get home. So much to see, so much to know. Just find true love and let it grow. And to your kids, I hope you'll sing songs of your own. Take your time, take your time. Everything is waiting for you out here in the light. Take your time. Everything is waiting for you out here in the light. Take your time. Chip Dolan on accordion. The release date for the new record, the official release date is February 1st, but tonight we have CDs and t-shirts over here on the way to the bathroom. There's a merchandise stand right there, and that's where I'll be after the show. So if you want to come say hello, come on over there. So let's see. So this next song, my whole life I've been looking for happiness. Maybe you have been too. I think that's kind of what we do, right? But my tendency was to spend a lot of time in the future thinking about planning for the future and thinking about providing for the future and thinking about, you know, my next record and my next accomplishment. And I feel like I missed out on a lot of what was going on with my wife, with my kids, with my friends, with my family. And that's what this song's about. It's called The Next Right Thing.
Can we play the fill going into the top? So we're doing ja, do, do, do.
Yeah.
Just like the record.
Let's do it. All I did was fall for it. How many times did I look past your eyes? Lost so many moments and years flew by. Looking for the next right thing, the constant climb, the big brass ring. I tried every self-improvement plan that I could buy, but you stayed with me. Here you are now, and I'm lost, wondering what to hide. I'm still trying to find the next right thing to fill the emptiness inside. Just working on the next right thing to find a little piece of mind. Looking in the mirror now, I'm learning to befriend reality. One thing that I know for sure, you're here for me. Standing by the ones you love and showing us that we are in your heart. Like a tree at peace with things the way they are. I want to live a life that's free. Help me see the world you see. Maybe I'll stop trying to find the next right thing to fill the emptiness inside. Just working on the next right thing to find a little peace of mind. I'm trying to find the next right thing to fill the emptiness inside. Just working on the next right thing to find a little piece of mind. Trying to find the next right thing. Trying to find the next right thing. Trying to find the next right thing. Chip Dolan again. John Chipman on drums. Angie Goki on beautiful vocals. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks to the Duck, Rusty and Teresa. Thanks for hanging in there for live music. This is not an easy task. The last almost 3 years now, you've been going through a very hard time, but you've stuck with it, and there's not many places as wonderful as the Mucky Duck to listen to live music, in my view. So thank you guys. Thanks also Shane, the manager, and the whole staff here. Everybody's so kind, and the food's so good, and I want to drink every beer on the wall, but I would make even more mistakes than I do now, drinking just straight water. Thanks, Brian, for joining us on stage today, and for supporting me through Berkeley Records and through your friendship, you and Pam. So this is the title track of the record, The Love in You, and it lays out pretty clearly my observation, kind of my hypothesis that there is a love inside of each of us that if we can connect to it, if I can connect to the love in you and you connect to the love in me, somehow that would eliminate a lot of bad stuff. And I know it sounds simple and corny, but in my experience, it's true. If the best part of me connects with the best part of you, no more violence, no more hate, no more division, no more war. And that's what this record is about. So thank you. All right. Appreciate it. Should have tuned my guitar while I was giving that beautiful speech. And we're on video tonight, so I need you guys to be really rowdy at the end of this song. Or something.
It's close.
That was the one. All right. Take a breath.
Let's rock out.
Rolling. There's nothing like the love in you. There is no brighter light. I'm blinded by the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. No violence or hate. My love can't hate the love in you. There's nothing was one, thicker than blood, the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you to break through all the pain. I know the world could be made new if we learn to love this way. There's nothing like the love in you. There is no brighter light. I'm blinded by the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for coming, y'all. Appreciate it. Chip Dolan. Great job. Angie Goki. Mr. John Chipman. Brian Kalinak, back there. Thank you all for coming here tonight. All right. Now, there's a little thing here at the Mucky Duck that they have subscribers that one of the perks that they get is an encore. So even though you haven't requested an encore, you're going to